Apple Vision Pro. Obviously, I'm not gonna record the video like this, but this looks pretty fire, doesn't it? Let me take this off. Gotta get all pretty for the camera. You saw it. I just used it for the first 2 hours or so. And my first reaction is, holy shit, absolutely mind blown. This feels like somebody from the future came back and let me see a peek into something that I shouldn't have seen. Like, it feels ahead of its time in a weird way. I've never had a more transformative first experience with a piece of technology. Now, all that being said, I'm gonna return it.
The price is wrong,
And I also think almost everybody shouldn't buy this, and I'll explain exactly why. So there's really 3 buckets of things that you can use the Vision Pro for. 1 is things you can do, 2 is things you can watch, and 3 is things you can experiment. So I wanna talk about my kind of reaction with each of those and who I think this is for and why you should or shouldn't buy it at this stage. So before I go into those buckets, it's clear that this is the shift. This is the platform shift. When you watch this and you go through the demo at the Apple Store, or you pick one of these up, all forms of entertainment, gaming, media, everything is gonna go through this type of experience. It's just night and day. It's like seeing black and white and seeing color for the first time. It's so crazy. However, the ecosystem of media and peripheral items, cameras that need to be built to supply this type of experience with the matching formats is gonna lag a couple of years. So I just wanna put that out there. I'm not hating on Apple. This is an incredible V1. I just don't think people should spend $4,000 on it. Okay, so back to the buckets. Things you can do, things you can watch, things you can experience. So things you can do are like productivity software, putting Microsoft Word or Excel in the air, maybe making presentations with Keynote, editing videos with Adobe Premiere. These are all like browser-based experiences with more or less internet tabs floating in the air. So my take on this is it looks cool in the demo video, but you're gonna be slower and more gimmicky kinda than what you would your normal workflow on a computer or an iPad. It's very cool that you can move the windows in space and you can have multiple windows. Like, you could be cooking and you could put the recipe above the oven and walk into another room and that window will stay fixed above the oven. So I've seen some cool demos of that. But to be honest, the workflow is gonna be way clunkier than your normal day-to-day. So other than just to try it, you're not actually gonna use it with this version. That's kind of the bucket of things to do. I would say the Vision Pro falls short of what you normally do. The second category is things to watch. So these are like videos, movies, TV shows that are filmed normally, but you're just watching them through the Vision Pro. Now, with these, it's crazy to be able to create your own window, drag it however big you want, position it wherever you want. From a movie filmmaker cinema perspective, it's so crazy. Like, you can see in this clip, I'm sitting on my couch, you can see this is a 65-inch TV, and I'm using the Vision Pro to just create a wall-sized version of Apple TV. Now, that is sick. The thing is though, the format of those shows in their native, however they film them, it's not crystal clear through this. Like, the pass through, the glass quality is amazing, but you can kind of see like the pixelated dots. It almost feels like you're looking at sand in a way. It's not hyper crystal perfectly clear. There's like a little bit off. And I don't know if that's the calibration with my eyes or I'm missing the optical sensors or whatever, but my gut tells me that like the pass through, even though it's 4K resolution on each eye, it's good, but not perfect. And because of that, I think the watching experience, unless you're in the full immersive where like the scene kind of comes around you, it's good, but it's not great. So what I would say is, would you prefer to watch TV shows and movies through the Apple Vision Pro than on the TV? Yes, if you didn't feel the heaviness of the device and the fatigue, like if it felt weightless, for sure. But I think when you crank this thing tight, and it might just be my head shape, I have like a weird skinny long head. When you crank this thing tight, there's a lot of pressure above your eyes and on your kind of cheeks. It doesn't sit weightlessly, at least on my head, to get it snug. So because of that, I can use it for 30 to 60 minutes without feeling anything. But towards the 2-hour mark, I started to feel the pressure and the weight of it. So that'll come with future iterations. There's like a 2-strap band that helps, weight distribute a little bit better. But my take is like the watching experience is better on Vision Pro because you can size the window and you can have kind of like the environments. But if you factor in the weight, you're not gonna be able to watch every movie through this. I think it's gonna cause too much fatigue. The other thing with that is what I really want from this is a multiplayer experience. I already spend so much time alone on my computer, on my phone working, and my wife's doing her thing. I don't now want another device, another experience where I'm on the couch in my own world world and she is not there with me. It feels like it's a very single player experience today. So if we're gonna experience a new movie together, I want both of us to have one and to be with each other in the experience watching so that it feels more of like a team game. And so today you can't really do that. And so for a combination of those reasons, the watch category, I'll say is slight edge for Vision Pro, but it's not crazy. Then we get to the third category. This is what I call things you can experience. This is the magic. This is the gold. This is the creme de la creme. If you watch the demo in the Apple Store, there's actually two types of spatial video. There's the spatial video you can film with your iPhone. So you can like be living or with your kids or pets or whatever and film them, and then you can watch that back. Or there's like the cinematic movie quality 8K spatial video, and there's like some demos on the Apple TV app. These are unbelievable. Like I cannot say how amazing these are compared to the static normal video that I was talking about in the watch category. Watching a show on TV and Netflix versus watching a spatial immersive 8K video shot and designed for the Apple Vision Pro, there is no bigger leap in technology in my mind. This is like the vaudeville black and white silent films to like Marvel movies in my mind. It's that big of a jump. It is so crazy. The problem, like I said, is that there's so much catch up that has to happen in the industry. A lot of cinematographers will have to shoot with these cameras, and shows will have to be made around fitting it for this format for there to be enough content for more than just a weekend. Like right now there's a couple 5-minute demo trials on the device, but that category is crazy. It's what you can experience. And so that's watching stuff, but also they have an app called Jig Space where you literally can create a 3D model. They have one that's showing you how a stint is put into hearts. There's like a Mars rover, there's a F1 car, and you basically, this 3D model with just your fingers, you can pinch and scale and rotate it, and then you can actually take pieces out of it. So like if you wanted to see how an engine works in an F1 car, you can like discard all the top parts and then pull the engine out and like walk around it. This is the closest thing to like Tony Stark in Iron Man when he's building the suit and you see those overlays and he's like messing with it. This is amazing. But these are all things I put in the category of like things you can experience. And that's why I know for a fact that this is the paradigm shift for all entertainment, media, gaming, everything, because when you put yourself in this thing, it takes your breath away. It really does. It's hard to describe how unbelievable it is. So with all that said, I'm gonna return it. And the reason why is it costs $4,000. If you wanna buy a companion light seal and strap for like your partner, it's another $250. So you're gonna be between $4,000 and $4,500 out the door on this thing. And my take is that there just aren't enough diverse experiences today and diverse content to warrant using this like 2 hours a week, which is what I feel like you need to justify a purchase of this price. And so I think it was really important for Apple to put the V1 at this quality because basically they're introducing an entirely new category and they need to educate everyone that this kind of spatial computing realm or era is where we're headed. There's 330 million people in the US, 7 billion people in the world. There's only 100,000 of these devices. So it's still super, super early in terms of the early adopters. My take is that the way they rolled this out was really smart because anyone can go into the Apple Store, book a 25-minute demo and go through. You can trial different things. You can play with the apps, you can watch spatial video. They do a great job of walking you through how the gestures work and like what it can do, and it's free. And I encourage everyone watching this, don't buy this device. Go to the Apple Store, spend 25 minutes, go through the demo. You will be mind blown. There's a demo specific video reel that you don't actually get access to on the unit at home that has sports, and there's a soccer scene where you're sitting above the goal. It is so crazy. I'm getting goosebumps talking about it. It feels like you're in the stadium, the perfect vantage point. It is nothing like anything you've ever seen. So I would encourage everyone, there's no reason why, if you're even the least bit curious, you shouldn't go to Apple and schedule a demo. It's completely free. But in terms of buying it, I wouldn't. I would wait until V2 or V3. If you think about the iPhone, the first original iPhone came out in 2006. The App Store for the iPhone didn't come out until 2008. So it really wasn't until the third or really fourth generation iPhone that it became this like mainstream, and that's kind of the exponential adoption curve of the ecosystem. I think you're gonna look at something very similar here. This is just V1 of the iPhone. There still needs to be a couple years of developers and filmmakers actually building specifically for this. But as James Cameron said, it's a religious experience to put something like this on and watch. It will blow your mind. It is a complete platform shift. This is a different kind of video for me. I don't usually do like reaction kind of recap videos, but I enjoy putting this together. So if you like this, make sure to subscribe. I make videos on tech, creator stuff, entrepreneurship, all kind of in that realm. But leave a comment, let me know what you thought of this video, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace. And here we go. Apple Vision Pro. Let's get it. We're live. All right, we're in it. Apple Vision Pro.